The fusion that had been made from my previous experiences in my native country, Mexico, and my now second home, Colorado, has been a huge factor in shaping my personality. Let me introduce you to the formation of my two identities. I will take you first to who I was 2 years ago. I was born and raised in a small town in Mexico, located along the Central Pacific coast. Manzanillo is the place where I lived till the age of 23. It is surrounded by natural diverse landscapes like beaches and the Sierra Madre Mountains. The weather is pleasant year-round, and Manzanillo's beach sees an average of 350 days of sunshine each year. I grew up in a small family of 4, with my dad Jorge, my mom Dolores, and my brother Pablo. We are a very traditional family and always close to each other. My parents are originally from Mexico City, and they moved to Manzanillo 37 years ago because of a job opportunity.
No se dan cuenta, es el camino de la guerra. Marcharemos sobre México.
According to family stories, my great-great-grandfather was a soldier in the French military. He fought against the Mexican army in the Battle of Puebla in 1862. Once the battle ended, the Mexican government started to deport all of the French soldiers that stayed after the combat. My great-great-grandfather fell in love with a Mexican girl, and to avoid deportation, he had to make a big decision. He changed his French last name Spindola to Giron, a Mexican last name. This is similar to what I had to do here in the US. I have had so many great experiences in Manzanillo, where I made my first friends, went to school, where I got my first scar at the age of 4, and met the love of my life. During that period, I learned many important life lessons and values from significant and insignificant situations. Living in Mexico, diversity is everywhere, as well as rich culture, which made it easier for me to treasure both. I never thought just being Mexican would be the reason to love my culture so much. Other people don't care as I do. After this stage, my passion for cultures started to expand. So, I became a folkloric dancer, not only because of my passion for dancing, but also to give myself the opportunity to represent and show other people how rich my country is. While I'm dancing, I express two sides of me, my culture and my outgoing personality. Through dancing, I came to value traditions and ethnicities much more. Also, I found a connection to my identity. All these sound very interesting events, don't they? Those 23 years I spent in Manzanillo have been an amazing journey that created the first part of my identity. They are some of the pieces that have taken me to who I am now. But, oh sorpresa! Without seeking any major events, fate decided that I needed a big turnover, without consulting me in advance. I went from one identity to another in a flash. The result of these choices developed a new part of my identity. 2 years ago, I changed my social identity from single to married, and one of the markers of my identity, my Mexican name, Vanessa Alejandra Noriega Giron, became just evidence of who I used to be. I am now Vanessa Gray. This characteristic identifies me as an U.S. resident with Spanish as her native language and English as her second language. When I started to live in Colorado, I was amazed with the beauty and magnificence of the surroundings. My new family immediately recognized me as one of their own, and I did as well. They started teaching me how to get around the city and to keep up with their interests like camping, fishing, skiing, and of course, Broncos games. A person can him or herself recreate several times and not need to explore those identities consecutively. Instead, a person can create them all and explore them simultaneously. There is more experimentation and recreation of identities in my personal case. I have been recreating myself in every situation, always adding a touch of my old identity into the new one, because it is not easy merging the identities of Vanessa Alejandra Noriega Giron to simply Vanessa Gray.